Tracy McGrady is a little bit overrated as a scorer because I think a lot of you guys look at skill set and you guys minimize his production. I think a lot of that stuff looks good, but I think that Tracy McGrady, what the first thing that you're going to tell me is the crew that he was on. Well, the crew that he was on, I've seen a lot of guys that were on good crew. I've seen a lot of guys who were on bad crews who were really efficient. I seen Jordan, who played with the Bulls. His second best player was Sam Vincent. His third best player was Charles Oakley. He still managed to shoot over 50% from the floor. I've seen great scorers who've had not so good teams and still be able to be more efficient.
So why is Tmac in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question.
If you ask any NBA player, a majority of them will tell you that Tmac is a top 10 talent in NBA history.
Welcome to Cold Breezes Retrospect. Man, y'all see the boy picture. Y'all see the man picture. You know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna talk about that boy Tracy McGrady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably one of the best. Gotta be like the top. He gotta be in the top 10 best scorers ever in the league, man. You know what I'm saying? And he gotta be one of the top 5, top 10 shooting guards ever. You know what I'm saying? 7-time All-Star. You know what I'm saying? Tmac did a lot, man. I think a 2-time scoring champ, you know what I'm saying? Tmac did his thing, you know. That boy deserved a Hall of Fame. He deserved that. He did that, you know what I'm saying? Even Kobe said that the ball was like his toughest defender, like his toughest opponent, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna go in the early days of Tmac, you know what I'm saying? Tracy McGrady, you know what I'm saying? He was born May 24th, 1979. Out of Bartow, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Tmac said he grew up in the hood, and you know what I'm saying? In the interview, if you just want to keep it real. You know, he went to Auburndale High School until his junior year, you know, where he was averaging, check this out, 23.1 a game, 3 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, 4 assists, and man, an amazing 4.9 blocks. We gonna just round it off to 5 blocks. Oh my, you know what I'm saying? That boy was dogging, you know what I'm saying? So Tmac said that, I seen an interview, he said that he had went to this summer camp, this Adidas summer camp, you know what I'm saying? And he said that everybody was talking about how Lamar Odom was their dude, you know what I'm saying? So he went to the camp, he said he was ranked 175. My boy said he had the 175 on his jersey. He said he was relatively unknown. He was relatively unknown when he came to that camp, you know what I'm saying? So nobody know who Tmac was when he went to this camp, you know what I'm saying? So he held his own with Lamar Odom. He said, man, Tmac said he smelled blood when he went in there. He said, man, I want Lamar Odom. I want to hold him, and I want him to guard me. And he held his own, you know what I'm saying? And by him doing that, you know, he got, you know, everybody was like, man, you know, the scouts was like, yeah, I like him. So his senior year, he had moved to Auburndale, Durham. Yeah, Durham. I think that's how you pronounce it, North Carolina. And man, his senior year, the boy numbers was crazy. You know what I'm saying? 25 a game, 10 rebounds a game. He really was on par. He was already on par from what he did the previous year. And man, he said that he had an amazing season, man. You know, so the scouts looking, you know, he said he had all type of like coaches from like the NBA, you know, scouting him out, you know. And he was like, man, even University of Kentucky had came to him. He said that was gonna be his first choice if he had to go to college. But he was like, man, you know, he ain't want his mama, you know what I'm saying, working and, you know, working hard and stuff no more. His mama and his grandma and his daddy. So he was like, Tmac was like, man, I gotta get that bag. I'm hot right now. They want me, man. I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Toronto, we go. Draft night touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't knock my boy for that. You know what I'm saying? I seen an interview. You know what I'm saying? And Tmac was talking about that. The boy with the dude named Jerry Cruz, whatever his name is, he had wanted Tmac. They were gonna give up Pippen for Tmac. Man, Jordan was like, nah, bro, if y'all do that, I'm gone. Y'all do that, I'm gone. I can see Jordan doing that, showing that gun. Y'all do that, man, I'm gone. But Tmac said that first season, he said he struggled though. He said he struggled. He said, man, Coach Darren Walker, I think Darren Walker used to be an NBA player, if I ain't mistaken. Man, y'all can comment in the comments and let me know. I kind of remember my older brother, he used to collect cards, having that main card. But anyway, he said dude was giving him a rough time because he was a high school player, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, Tmac said he was very depressed, man, you know what I'm saying? Boy said he used to sleep by like 18 hours out the day, you know what I'm saying, on the days they had to play. He said, man, he ain't do nothing but, he was just real depressed and like, man, why the man give me a hard time, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he was saying that Isaiah Thomas was like part owner or general manager or something like that. And he seen what was going on, so they fired Darren Walker. Man, good thing they fired Darren Walker, man. That boy would have missed, man, he would have missed McGrady's whole career, bro. We would have never got to see the greatness of that man, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hate coaches and people like that just be hating, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he said some of the vets was hating too, you know what I'm saying? Because he a high school player coming out of you know, coming straight out of high school, getting that bag. You know how they is. He probably would get more money than they lame, you know what I'm saying? So after the 98-99 season, it was a lockout season. I remember like it was yesterday. I was in the 8th grade, bro. I seen Vince Carter for the first time, man. I remember I was looking at Sports Center, bro. Man, Chris Mullin way past his prime, trying to hold Vince Carter. Vince Carter went baseline on that boy, hit a tomahawk, whatever. Blue. I said, ooh, this boy here's something special. He's something special, man. Man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it was with Vince Carter. But man, Tmac and Vince Carter ended up finding out they cousins, you know what I'm saying? They kinfolk, you know what I'm saying? Tmac said he was at a family reunion and his grandma had introduced him to Vince Carter grandma. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I got a grandson that played for the NBA. And he was like, who? Like Vince Carter. And then he called Vince Carter, he was like, man, cousin, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? What a coincidence. But man, the 99-2000 season was the season when Tmac started flourishing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Tmac, he won the 6-man player of the year that year. Then you know, he went from like 8 points a game to like 15.4 points a game, 6.3 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, and 2 blocks a game, you know what I'm saying? And see, back in his Toronto days, Tmac, you know what I'm saying, he was more of a high flyer, you know what I'm saying? You know, he had the finesse game. As far as his shot, it wasn't really there yet, you know what I'm saying? But that boy he was a dog on defense, though. See, people forget Tmac was a dog on defense, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Tmac was more of a system player, you know what I'm saying, at this time. Look at it, look at the block on Shaq, look at it. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Well, that boy was a dog in Toronto. Now, I ain't finna sit here and fake and act like I know who Tmac was and I followed his career from high school and nah. Bro, I ain't know who Tmac was until he was in the slam dunk contest on everything, cuz. And then my homeboy, I had he died, man. We was always running, you know what I'm saying, about basketball in my 9th grade English class, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that dude Tmac, Tracy McGrady, whatever, man, he knew he wasn't finna be no Vince Carter, bro. He was like, man, that boy a dog, bro. That boy a dog. I was like, man, yo, Tracy McGrady dude. He was like, boy, that dude the second best dude on the team, boy, that boy a dog. He coming off the bench too, just amazing to be started. I was like, man, he be like, man, go check that boy out on. He was like, man, go look him up on NBA Live 2000, cause that was the only game that was out. That was a five game too, which that's the first game they put Jordan back on, you know what I'm saying? But it's a different video. So I went and checked out his stats. I was like, man, he was saying 8 points a game, but that was from the previous season, you know what I'm saying? Then they started coming on TV after that. Vince Carter had that. Now they had made the playoffs. That's what it was. They made the playoffs. They played the Knicks. And I was like, damn, dude, kind of shutting Allen Houston down, cuz, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, really, real talk, cuz, kind of doing this thing on Allen Houston and all. What the boy named Spreewell, you know what I'm saying? And he was getting his, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, then he, man, dude was doing everything. I was like, damn. I was like, man, Brandon wasn't lying, man. That boy the truth. Man, they made a playoff run. They had a good little squad. They had Muggsy Bogues, Charles Oakley, and that boy Antonio Davis. So they had the post presence. Then they had the finesse player. They had Vince Carter and Tmac. You know what I'm saying? But they ended up getting swept by New York 4-0. So you know how they go. You know what I'm saying? But they was a young team. You know, I think they only said they had Chauncey Billups and all of them with them. But like I said, they was a young team. I mean, I think if they would have stayed together, man, that team they could have went to the championship, bro. Cause the next year in the 01, Allen Iverson, them, they barely beat them boys. If Vince Carter would have hit that shot, man, just imagine they would have had Tmac and them and they would have played the Sixers, man. I think eventually them boys would either won a championship or went to a couple of finals. You know what I'm saying? But I think what it was, man, Tmac, he wanted to showcase his skills. It's like he felt like he can do more, you know what I'm saying? And I really think Tmac probably he probably just wanted to go back to Florida, you know what I'm saying? And be home and play in front of his people, you know what I'm saying? I was really looking forward to seeing them boys make some runs, some playoff runs. Next thing you know, we see Tmac over there with Grant Hill. I said, oh, this gonna be fire right here. This gonna be the next Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen right here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. But man, I was like, man, Tmac, bro, he can give us like he gave me Scottie Pippen vibe when he was in Toronto. Grant Hill, like they was already trying to compare Grant Hill to Jordan, but then he got hurt. I was like, oh man, I was like Orlando too. But then Tmac came out of nowhere. That boy just started talking, man. He voted the most improved player in 2001. I'm talking about, man, I was like, boy, I know he was good, but I didn't know he was that good. Look how far this man is. This nigga, man. I'm talking about, then he had the jump him. I was like, this boy couldn't do no wrong, man. I was like, man, I think this dude colder than Kobe, cuz. Man, Tmac probably was like the best shooting guard, man, around them years, man. I was like, dang. I ain't mean to show that Houston clip, but hey. I'm talking about, bruh. And then he took the Orlando to the playoffs, bruh. I'm talking about, man, ball was a bucket. For real, he was a bucket. I'm talking about, but man, that boy ain't had no help on that team, man. That boy that had no help on that team. And then I think the next year, I was like, man, Grant Hill gonna be back this year. Like Grant Hill got hurt again. I was like, oh yeah, this self alley was nice. That was nice. But I was just like, dang. I was like, man, Grant Hill ain't gonna. I mean, they tried to give him Sean Kemp and Patrick Ewing and Horace Grant, but them boys way past their prime. But I think he couldn't really get no good player over there because I think Grant Hill had took most of the salary cap or something like that. But man, this to be my team on NBA Live 04 right here. And Tmac, the thing about Tmac, he could never get off the first round. They used to always, try to clown him for that. I remember one year, man, they played Detroit. They was up 3-1. Tmac, he kind of started he started bragging. And Detroit came back and beat him. Cause I was like, Grant Hill still was hurt, man. We're gonna talk about Grant Hill on another video though, man. Grant Hill was not really, to be honest with you, Grant Hill and Tmac career pretty much the same. They had about a good 7 years and they just fizzled out, you know what I'm saying? But Grant Hill is crazy because when Tmac left Orlando, that's when Grant Hill recovered. And then they got Dwight Howard the next year. I was like, wow. But Tmac, man, they never could get past the first round. They never could, man. Detroit and Boston was a beast over there. You know what I'm saying? That's when Detroit had Tayshaun, Prince, Rasheed, Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. At this time, Tmac was compared to Kobe. And that was debatable, man. Kobe and then Tmac, they was dog. I don't know why they got number 24 Kobe, number 8 and number 1 Kobe. I'm tripping. I'll catch my drift. But the 03-04 year, Tmac, I think he won the scoring title, but he ended up getting hurt, and they didn't end up going to the playoffs that year, man. And Tmac grew frustrated. He was like, man, I know he want to ring, man. He tired of going to the first round and not having no help, and then Grant Hill, no fault of Grant Hill, but Grant Hill ain't healthy, man. That's too much on him. To me, I think this would really hurt Tmac. He was carrying so much of the load. Even he said in the interview, he said he carried so much of the load. This right here tripped me out about Gilbert Arenas. He said that they had a video shoot for this magazine. They were like, the people told him it was gonna take 6 hours. He said, man, Tmac was like, hell no, we finna shoot this. Y'all wanna do 7 clicks and we getting out of here. 6 photos and we getting out of here. He said Tmac was that dude. Whatever Tmac said went. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check out that interview with Gilbert Arenas, man. Yeah, that was funny. So Tmac said, forget that. He went to the Houston Rockets. They traded Steve Francis, Cato, and Mobley for McGrady Lou. I don't even remember games, but we will roll with it. We'll roll with it. Okay. And what's crazy, like I said before, this team with Orlando went to the playoffs because Grant Hill came back. I'm talking about Grant Hill came back. And dude was nice. And Tmac, this year right here, man, I really thought Tmac was going to at least go to the finals this year, but man. But Tmac had I remember one that game when he scored at 13 and 30 seconds, man. I remember me and my homeboy were looking at it, man. I'm talking about, we thought that game was over, man. We was in there playing NBA All Live 05. We were like, man, that game over. My little brother, he was still in there. He was like, man, Tmac just hit a 3. I was like, man, it's still for the lose. He hit another one. He made free throw. Then he hit this one right here. I was like, we were like, oh shit, that nigga hit that bitch. Nigga, we were tripping, like we couldn't believe he hit that. Oh, I remember that. You know what I'm saying? Tmac had a sensational first year with the Rockets, man. And I remember they played Dallas, man. People forget, man, Tmac made that boy dirt look weak to me. Tmac clamped that boy in that series. They just lost that series, man. Dirk and them just had too much. Dallas just had too much firepower. Tmac just never had no squad, bro. Like, even with Houston, he had nobody but Yao Ming. That's it. I can't really remember nobody else. Jawan Howard was beyond his prime. You know what I'm saying? Then 05, 06 came. I thought, like, yeah, Tmac, they finna do it this year, boy. They finna do it this year, boy. Yeah. I think Tmac got hurt. I'm like, oh, man. He got hurt. I don't even think they went to the playoffs that year. And then the 06, 07 year, I want to say they played the Utah Jazz. Man, they took them boys all the way to Game 7. They lost again in the first round. The next year, I think Tmac got hurt. Then when Tmac came back, Yao Ming got hurt. Like, oh man, Houston just can't get right, man. Just can't get right. Oh man, I just hated to see that, man. Tmac was just so special, man. Like, he can shoot it, man. He can shoot the 3, he can shoot the mid-range. I mean, he can dunk, playmaker. It was just sad to see, man. Just sad to see. Nobody could check Tmac. Nobody. You ain't stopping this. This man was a bucket. I know they had to be frustrating though for Tmac. Like, man, look at this. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? But they just I think then the dude that was talking that stuff in the beginning, man. Yeah, that's when the injuries happened. Tmac said that what really hurt him, man, was when the 09 season came. The 08-09 season. I remember that season. They had got Ron Artest, man. I said, oh man, they got it now. They got it. But then Tmac got hurt. He got hurt. I was like, oh. Then Yao Ming got hurt, and they was playing the Lakers, bro, in the second round. And that team, even without Tmac and Yao Ming, they took the Lakers to who eventually won the championship, to Game 7. Now imagine if they would have had Tmac and Yao Ming and all that. I think they would have won. I feel like they would have won, man. And man, I hate to say it, that was the last time Tmac ever had a chance to win, to go past the first round as a marquee player. Then they ended up trading him to New York. Man, that was sad to see that, man. That was sad to see Tmac in New York. He just let it just like, it felt like 3 or 4 years of this man's career just passed. He just looked like a shell of himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, this was just heartbreaking, man. I was about to go to the club and the game came on, bro. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to drink on this one, cause like, dang, see, you gotta understand, man. Tmac and Penny Hardaway, before Tmac was my favorite player, and Tmac said Penny Hardaway was his favorite player, you know what I'm saying? Then he went to Detroit. I was like, man, Detroit is like career suicide. Then he went to the Hawks. I'm like, my boy just a spot up shooter now, you know what I'm saying? Dang. The career of Tmac, man. It was sad to see, man. You know, from him being probably like the guy, the like top 5 player in the NBA to this, you know what I'm saying? But he said it was a depressing time for him, and I know it was, because he was like, it was players that he know if he was in his prime, Tmac got gangster with it. He was like, man, boy, I would have took you to school, boy, But man, when he went to the Spurs, I was like, they did him so wrong. I'm like, man, Popovich, put him in the game, bro. Y'all already losing. Man, you know what I'm saying? T-Mac can hit a 3 or something, bro. Put that man in the game. He gonna put him in the game for like about 5-10 minutes. I'm like, bro, that's an insult, bro. But T-Mac said he didn't really want to win the ring like that anyway. He was like, you know what I'm saying? Winning the ring like that is like, he felt like he ain't put in the work, you know what I'm saying? Man. I'm gonna go on to say T-Mac was not overrated. He just had, sometimes a player can just have bad luck, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what happened to T-Mac, bro. Them injuries, all that collided with each other, you know what I'm saying? But the man, gotta give T-Mac his flowers, man. Gotta give him his flowers. Y'all like, comment, and share. And subscribe to the channel. Y'all make sure to comment too, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all.